Welcome, dear subscribers and viewers, to Eternal_Sovereign, your hub for inspiring faith-filled stories. Here we share narratives that not only touch hearts, but also foster a space for spiritual growth and unconditional love. Our stories serve as a beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of faith, and proof that second chances do exist. Today we bring you a powerful story about a man who found his way back to God after hitting rock bottom. A tale of despair turned into hope, of a life lost and then found, all through the power of faith. This is a story that shows us, no matter how far we stray, no matter how lost we feel, there is always a path back to redemption, back to love, and back to God. Stick around as we delve into this transformative journey of faith and redemption. Experience the power of a second chance, the power of faith, and the power of God's unwavering love. Our story begins with a man, heartbroken and lost, turning to dangerous ways to escape his pain. A devastating breakup had left him shattered, and in his desperation, he sought solace in the deadly embrace of drugs. It was a path that promised oblivion, a numbing of the pain that was tearing him apart. But as we know, such paths often lead us astray, far from the light and into the depths of despair. He began slipping, spiraling down a path that was dark and treacherous. The drugs, once a temporary escape, became a relentless captor, chaining him to a life of dependency and despair. His health took a nosedive as his body bore the brunt of this dangerous addiction. He was a shadow of his former self, a man caught in the grip of a vice that was slowly but surely consuming him. Friends and well-wishers reached out, their hands extended in offers of help. His boss, seeing the potential in him, offered support and kindness. Yet he pushed them all away, choosing instead to wallow in his misery. He was a man sinking into a pit of desolation, too blinded by his pain to see the lifelines being thrown his way. His despair deepened with each passing day. The world around him blurred into a haze of indifference, a stark contrast to the sharp, relentless pain that gnawed at him from within. He was lost, adrift in a sea of sorrow, with no beacon of hope to guide him home. In his darkest hour, he decided to end his life, but instead he found himself in a terrifying place. Hell. It was a place of torment and regret, a stark reminder of the life he had squandered. It was here, in this place of pain, that he was forced to confront the consequences of his actions, to see the devastation his choices had wrought. And so, our story takes a grim turn. A man at the precipice, staring into the abyss. But remember, even in the darkest night, a single spark can ignite a beacon of hope, and it is often in our most desperate moments that we find the strength to change. Stay with us as we journey further into his awakening. In the throes of despair and regret, he saw the errors of his ways and the stark reality of hell. He had plunged into the abyss of self-destruction, a chasm where joy was a forgotten echo and hope a distant memory. But it was here, in this desolate landscape, that he had a revelation. His terrifying experience was not a punishment, but a wake-up call. A mirror held up to his life, reflecting the choices he had made, the path he had taken. The drugs that had promised escape only led him deeper into despair. The isolation he had sought only amplified his loneliness. His attempt to end his life had brought him face to face with a reality far more terrifying than the pain he had been trying to escape. In this realm of regret and torment, he saw the truth. He saw the countless opportunities he had ignored, the helping hands he had pushed away, the love he had taken for granted. He saw the man he could have been and the man he had become. The contrast was stark and heartbreaking. But in the midst of this darkness, he saw a light, a beacon of hope, cutting through the gloom, promising redemption and a second chance. It was a light that spoke of love, forgiveness, and grace. It was a light that seemed to say, even in your darkest hour, you are not alone. This light was not just a beacon in the dark, it was a spark that ignited a desire for change, a longing to make things right. He yearned to break free from the chains of his past, to reclaim the life he had lost, to become the man he knew he could be. He yearned for redemption, for a chance to mend his ways and make amends. This yearning was not born out of fear or regret, but out of a newfound hope, a belief that he could change, that he could start anew, that he could find his way back to the light. This hope was his lifeline, his beacon in the storm, his compass guiding him out of the darkness. With renewed hope and a yearning for redemption, he woke up a changed man. Awake and determined, our protagonist embarked on a path of change and redemption. The dawn of a new day brought with it the promise of a fresh start, a chance to right his wrongs and a commitment to change. He began by severing ties with his past. The drugs, the despair, and the darkness that once consumed him were replaced with a newfound yearning for light, for hope, and for God's grace. Each day was a battle, but he was no longer fighting alone. He had God on his side, and that made all the difference. He started attending church, immersing himself in the teachings of Christ, and found solace in the pages of the Bible. The words of the scripture were like a soothing balm, healing his wounded spirit and giving him the strength to face his demons. He found community in the church, a group of individuals who accepted him for who he was, failures and all, and encouraged him to walk on the path of righteousness. But his transformation didn't stop there. He felt a deep-seated responsibility to warn others about the perils of straying from God. He shared his story, his journey from the depths of despair to the heights of hope, to anyone who would listen. His tale was a stark reminder of the dangers of making poor choices and turning away from God's path. His faith played a crucial role in his transformation. It was his beacon in the darkest hours, his guide in moments of uncertainty, and his strength when he felt weak. His faith was not just a part of him. It became the essence of his being, the driving force behind his actions. Our protagonist's journey is a powerful testament to the transformative power of faith and God's eternal love. It is a story of redemption, of second chances, and of the immense strength that lies within each of us when we choose to embrace God's love. His story is a testament to the power of faith and God's love, reminding us that even in our biggest mistakes, there is always hope. This powerful story of faith and redemption serves as a beacon of hope for all. Isn't it amazing how one man's journey from despair to hope can inspire us all? His story is a testament to the transformative power of faith and the boundless love of God. It's a reminder that no matter how far we've strayed, there's always a path back to God. Each one of us has a role to play in spreading this message of hope and inspiration. So, I encourage you today to share this story with your friends, your family, and those in your circle who you think might need to hear it. Let's help each other stay true to God's path and remind one another of His unfailing love. Remember, no matter how far you've strayed, there's always a path back to God. Please subscribe to Eternal_Sovereign for more inspiring stories. God bless you until our next video.